Hey guys, this is Mike from B-Tech Reviews here, and today's going to be the review of the UMIDIGI A3 Pro. Hey guys, this is Mike again from B-Tech Reviews here, and today we're going to take a look at the UMIDIGI A3 Pro. So just first and foremost, I wanted to apologize to my YouTube viewers who have been wanting to see the review on this video. I have been out sick for the past week. I ended up coming down with some sort of sinus infection that just wouldn't go away over this past weekend, so I definitely am recovering from that still, but my voice is finally back so that I can actually put together this video for you guys. So I just want to go over this little budget phone that, you know, actually comes in under $100 currently right now as of the making of this video. I believe this phone is $89 plus tax, and I'm going to post the link down below just so that you guys can check that out. But again, this is the UMIDIGI A3 Pro. So first of all, I hadn't even heard about this brand until I actually stumbled upon it from another YouTuber. So TechRight, I want to give you a shout out, man, because you had did an unboxing on this phone, and I just had to check it out for myself to see how good this phone was for under the $100 price range, especially since it's unlocked. So again, this is UMIDIGI brand. And let's start with physical features first, guys. So all around, this thing is actually a pretty solidly built phone, actually. So I can't really complain too hard. All around here, along the trim, it's more of an aluminum feel, kind of like what you would feel like on an iPhone 6s. So very interesting. Right here on the side, you do have your SIM card tray and a micro SD card slot, so you can actually put up to 2 SIM cards in there, plus external memory in case you guys want the extra added storage to this. So not too bad. On the other side here, you have your volume rocker plus your power button. So buttons feel pretty solid. They don't feel flimsy, or vice versa. They don't feel cheap. So on the very back, of course, you have your fingerprint reader, which is amazing to me how good these cheap fingerprint readers are getting, because again, if I were to just put it on there, let's see how fast it turns it on. There you go. So definitely still an advantage of having something like this in 2019 here, guys. A fingerprint reader is just still amazing, especially at this price. And it's not the fastest fingerprint reader, I'll tell you that much. It does take about a good second for it to again recognize your finger, but at the same time, again, you're spending less than $100 for something that you're gonna have that added protection here. So I would definitely spend any extra money on getting something with a fingerprint sensor in 2019 if you guys are going that route. So on the bottom though, you do see that it does have only one speaker grill. It does have a 3.5mm headphone jack plus micro USB. So I've actually wondered why I guess a lot of companies are still using micro USB charging ports. I'm not a fan of micro USB anymore, obviously, because you have Apple's going with the Lightning or USB Type-C route, and most flagship Android devices are now going with USB Type-C now. So the fact that this is still going with micro USB, again, it's a cheap alternative for them. They had to cut costs somewhere on this phone, obviously, and that's a cost-cutting feature that we don't have on this phone. So again, it's not going to have crazy fast charging. Also, this does just come with a regular brick and charging cable. So you're looking to a few hours charging time just to get this fully charged. So let me go ahead and get this thing unlocked here, or let's see what this thing looks like with the actual screen here. So as you can see here, I just have a bunch of notifications that I can probably clear out on my own, but the cool part about this phone, guys, is definitely it does mimic the look of an iPhone. Let me see if I can get this to unlock. There you go. So if you guys are looking up here, obviously you're going to see that it does have a notch with the front-facing camera, obviously, right? And excuse me, I did fail to mention that this does have a dual camera in the back, okay? And we'll go over that a little later when I talk about the camera and its features, etc., like that. But anywho, so yes, it does kind of mimic the iPhone. So let me bust out my iPhone 10 just so you guys can kind of compare. there. So this is my iPhone 10. This has an OLED screen, and this screen's just an IPS display, so you can kind of tell the difference obviously right off the gate here. Definitely, hold on, let's see if it recognizes my Face ID here. There you go. Ooh, I was already on YouTube. Okay, so definitely very identical looking when it comes to the top bezels here. Obviously the iPhone is a little slimmer, this one's a little thicker, so you can't really compare apples with apples there, obviously. Also guys, if you guys order this phone, it does come with a case already installed on it, so I thought that was a pretty cool deal. You can get this in a black color, by the way, so this one is technically the rose gold color. I purchased this only because it was actually the cheaper of the two at the time, so it didn't really bug me that it's rose gold, just because you can't really tell, honestly. It looks more like, I don't know, like kind of like a beige color, I don't know, but it doesn't look bad though, and obviously with the case, if you put it on, you're really not going to see it. So again, going back to physical features here, guys, the phone's really not that bad, although I guess the one thing that I was not a fan of is I do feel that this phone is a little on the thicker side compared to other Android devices that I've held, especially in this price range. So definitely not a fan of the thickness of the phone, but it feels very solid. It feels kind of weighted, so it doesn't feel cheap. It doesn't feel like if I drop it, you're gonna break it, etc. like that. So definitely not disappointed on the build quality of the phone, guys. So let's get to the actual software of the phone, and we'll go from here, guys. Okay, so I'm gonna stand this phone up here while I go over the specs here, guys. Okay, so going over specs, guys, let's talk about the screen. Okay, so the screen is an IPS display, right? 24-bit. Let's see, it's a 5.7-inch display, comes out at 720 by 1512 pixels as far as the resolution, so definitely not, it has a pretty weird viewing resolution, but again, if you're watching YouTube or Netflix, the most you're gonna get out of it is 720p, okay? According to this, it does have a 2.5D curved glass screen, so again, if you guys are looking at the screen here, you look at the bottom here, it does have a chin, by the way. So, and if you can see here, if you guys can see the little IPS display, or whatever you want to call it, does bleed a little bit on the bottom. Not so much on the top, obviously, but it does bleed on the bottom a little bit. So, again, you guys, this is a phone that's under $100. So, I mean, if you're really looking to get something that's like top-notch quality, obviously, there's going to be a little bit of drawback, and that's one of the drawbacks for that right there. Oops, excuse me, I messed with the tripod. Okay, so going back to the screen, it's really not a bad display, obviously. I mean, if you're out in the sun, I mean, as long as you have the brightness set up a little high. Right now it's actually set up pretty low, and the reason why I have it so low is so that it actually comes out on the actual video. Otherwise, if I were to brighten the actual brightness, you guys were gonna see that it's gonna dim my camera like really bad. So I like to have the camera lower. Okay, so definitely it makes the video look better. But anyway, you guys, going back, this thing is running Android 8.1 out of the box, so I was very surprised that that you get Android 8.1 out of the box. So let's go ahead and just check that out really quick, so that you guys know that this thing is running Android 8.1 out of the box. So that for the naysayers, and there you go, there it is. There's the little Android Oreo thing, and you can only do so much with that, obviously. Alright, so I'm gonna get out of there really quick. So going back to specs, here we go, let's go back here, guys. This thing does have 3 gigs of RAM, which I'm indifferent about, just because I feel like this phone is snappy for what it is, but I feel like there's just little times where this phone lags or underperforms where you kind of just don't want it to. Okay, so for an example, like, let me bring up YouTube for instance. Okay, and I don't remember what I was watching there, but let's exit out of there really quick, and let's just go to a video of, like, let's say mine, for instance. So let's go to my videos, and I think the last video that I uploaded was probably something about either this phone or the other phone that I just got also, which was the new mobile G3 Plus. So right now, I do apologize, my Wi-Fi is stuttering a little bit, so while this gets loading, let's go ahead and talk about the rest of the specs here, guys. So this thing does come with a MediaTek processor. So again, it's not an overwhelming power hungry device. It's clocked at 1.5 gigahertz, and it's a quad core processor, so it's not going to be, you know, it's not going to be like, you know, oh man, this phone, it's so snappy, and you know, it seems like this phone just does enough to where, you know, you won't get frustrated with it to the point where you're like, oh, like it's unusable basically. But it does get the job done. Again, I don't know what's going on with my internet. I think my internet, I have it connected to a modem that I just replaced, so definitely not looking forward to that. So while we're waiting on that, again, let's go over the rest of the actual features here. This does have 3 gigs of RAM. Again, like I said, it does have 32 gigs of internal memory. So for something to have so much storage for that price point, to me, that's actually really good, guys, by the way. So for 32 gigs, you know, out of the box, this thing only takes about 5-6 gigs of internal memory. So you're actually getting a pretty bang for your buck when it comes to, you know, the storage already outside of the box. And you really, I mean, it's just really good. I can't complain. I was very shocked when I unboxed this phone and I got my hands on it, and it was just very simple. So let's go ahead and click this, for instance, which is the UMIDIGI A3 Pro unboxing, and let's see, no internet connection, playback ID. Get this going here. I might end up. There we go. Today's the unboxing and overview of the UMIDIGI A3 Pro. Oh, okay, hold on. Mike again for Big Tech Reviews here, and today we're going to take a look at the UMIDIGI
so let's rotate it.
Pro. And the reason why I got this phone is because it's with, you know, your 5%.
So not super snappy when it comes to rotating, obviously, like you can see there.
Specs, and I wanted to check it out because I did see.
So that's one of the things that I kind of wanted to nitpick about. And again, this is just nitpicking. And, you know, if you guys are looking for a phone that's just going to work, you know, this phone's going to work.
So the actual phone, the charger, whatever this phone basically came with was already outside of the box, and this actual box was still closed up, and then when I opened the box there was nothing in there, obviously, because the phone was already out. So this is somewhat of like a second unboxing, and I'm gonna have to see if the phone actually even turns on, because it was already, again, out of the box. So I'm gonna have to maybe complain to Amazon about that. But again, I'm gonna go ahead and take this out.
Again, as you can see there, it's not super snappy to the point where you're like, hey, like, you know, what's going on here? Again, this stuff down here isn't loading. If I were to click add a public comment, like, look at how long it takes for just the keyboard to pop up. Great job. Let's see. So obviously, like, once you actually get the keyboard going, it's really not too bad. But again, like, if I wanted to just, I think that's one little thing that I'm nitpicking about also is the keyboard, how long it takes for it to pop up. And again, take it with a grain of salt, guys. You know, user performance comes different for everyone, obviously. You know, I've dealt with a lot of different smartphones, so this is really not too bad. And now that we're talking about it, let's talk about the sound of this. So as you guys can just heard, I played back a video on this, and it doesn't really sound that bad. It does sound a little muffled at times when it comes to the actual speaker sound, but if you're just playing something back, it doesn't sound really that bad. I mean, I'm honestly shocked that it sounds as good as it does with just the one speaker grill, so can't really complain there. Also, let's see if I can get this to work or not. Oh, that's pretty cool that it has the background picture of that in the background. Okay, let's see if we can get this to work without this. Okay, if not, I'm gonna have to use my finger. Okay, so another cool feature that I thought, and I'm gonna try to move the camera over here so that we can get that going a little bit, guys, is it does have face unlock actually. So let me see. So I don't know if you guys got that or not. Let me see. Let's try that again. So it does have face unlock. So if you guys are familiar, some Android devices, Android 8.0 and up, obviously have that specific feature. So I'm actually just surprised that this phone has face unlock. So, you know, if you guys are looking for a phone that does have that feature, this phone has it. So you really can't, again, for the price point, I'm really just impressed by this phone, to be honest. Like again, it's really, you know, it's really not a phone that I wouldn't buy. If I were to have to purchase a phone and I needed a phone that was in this price range, this would actually be the phone I would probably buy. Again, I'm nitpicking at little things like the screen, the bezels, and everything like that. Some stuff like the rotation and stuff like that when it comes to your actual usage when you're using Facebook and stuff like that. But when you're using like apps like, you know, Twitter, Instagram, and stuff like that. It's really not that bad. As you can see here, I'm scrolling through Twitter just fine. It's playing back videos or whatever that is just fine. Again, my internet could be a little bit laggy, so you can see here that it's really not loading some of the pictures. But again, that could go back to what's going on with my internet connection, guys. So definitely not an underperformer when it comes to using apps like Twitter. You have Instagram also. Let's see if I can get that to load here, where Instagram works pretty good. Again, I'm not showing any sort of lag other than my internet here, so it does stutter every now and then, but it's not to the point where, as you can see here, like I can transition from app to app, and what I love about this is the app drawer is clear. Okay, so if I were to bring up the app drawer, you just swipe it up and boom, you have all your installed apps there, guys. So one thing that I like to go over is gaming, guys, and I'm not a huge fan of mobile gaming anymore, but I'm gonna show you guys, I guess, a clip of what this looks like playing Sonic Dash. Okay. So the game isn't really responding the way I would really like for it to respond. Okay, I just jumped off. But as you guys can see there, that's basically how gaming performs. It is a little stuttery. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the animations there, but for what it is, it'll get the job done. It'll play kind of like low-end games, like racing games and stuff like that. You shouldn't have a problem with it. I mean, with the 3 gigs of RAM, it should be able to handle stuff like that. But anywho, guys, okay, so going back to this phone and just little bits and pieces of it. Again, I'm just really impressed by this phone. I mean, I can't really complain too hard. I guess the last thing that we'll talk about is the camera, guys. Did I just turn off the screen? Yeah, I did turn off the screen. So the camera here is a 12 megapixel camera on the rear. With a 7 megapixel secondary camera. So let me see if I can zoom in there. So again, a 12 and a 7 megapixel camera. It does have a continuous shooting, autofocus. It's got a four times zoom on there as well, so you can actually like pinch to zoom. It does have manual settings like ISO settings, white balance, and self timer, exposure, compensation. One thing that I'm not a fan of with the camera app though, and maybe this is just me, guys, but I do feel like it is a little minimalistic for what it is, and I don't know how to explain it, but I am gonna show you guys pictures and video clips here, but you guys can see here it does have a picture beauty mode. So I guess if you guys want to beautify yourself, let's see if I can change this to the front facing camera right there I am, right? So we have it on picture beauty. Obviously, I can really kind of just smooth out my skin, which is kind of weird because this is not something I normally do. But it's just like, wow. Okay, hold on. Am I in the shot still? No, I'm not in the shot. Hold on. So camera's in the shot, unfortunately. So even if I were to turn it, I would still kind of be in the shot. But with picture beauty, you can definitely smooth out your face or do something with it. It's got interesting, and I can actually make my eyes bigger also. Oh my god, look at that. So let's take a picture of this one. Wow, that's gonna come out funny, guys. Okay, so the picture, my eyes are not big, guys, by the way. I have really beady eyes, so the fact that this picture, it made my eyes bigger, so you can definitely tweak around with that a little bit. It's really not bad though, obviously. Front facing camera.
Let me see. I believe it's a 5 megapixel camera, but I might be wrong here. I'm not seeing it on the spec sheet here, but that's all right. But it's just really not a bad front-facing camera from what I'm seeing here. It does look pretty good in low light. And again, I am going to show you guys a few pictures and videos, at least sampled. Whoa, hello. I don't know what just happened there. I don't know if I took another pic by accident, but anywho. It does have HDR, by the way, so obviously it's not going to snap like an iPhone. HDR does take a while to process once you actually take the picture. So just be aware about that, guys. Video mode, this does take a... excuse me, hold on. Let's go to video and let's see if we can change any type of settings here. Video mode, it does take 1920 by 1080p video, so you can do this, and it does have autofocus lock as well. So again, I'm not sure why my camera keeps going out of focus, but there you go. It does have autofocus and auto exposure and auto focus lock. So for you guys that want to keep, you know, something in focus, it does have all of that, especially. And last but not least that I can show you here, guys, is it does have filters, so you can actually change the filters, including video. So if I wanted to, let's take a look. You have, you know, mono, sepia, aqua, you know, posterized, negative. You have blackboard, which they're all cool little features. I mean, if you guys, you know, wanted to make a little video and you didn't want to have to edit it heavily, you know, doing something like adding the blackboard feature, it's pretty cool. Like, I mean that's pretty cool that you guys can see. This is like my computer monitor, and then that's the box that this came in, and then over here, well, you get my drift, guys, but it just has like a lot of these little features, and I'm recording by accident. Hello. Okay, so again, it's recording already, so I'm gonna go ahead and show you guys video samples and clips here, including a few pictures, just so you guys can check that out, guys. And let me know what y'all think in the comment section if you guys think the camera on this is actually worth it. Hey guys, this is Mike from B-Tech Reviews, and now excuse my voice. I've been a little sick from my throat here, so just excuse that. So today we're going to be testing out the UMIDIGI A3 Pro camera. So I'm going to take some pictures, I'm going to take a little bit of video. Right now what you're seeing is the front-facing camera, and let's see how the quality is right now. It's kind of sunny outside today, so you're going to kind of see a little bit of I don't know, a little bit of autofocus and white balance issues right here, but that's all right. But anyway, guys, I'm doing something a little different today. I'm here at a park, and I wanted to take some pictures. I wanted to take some video just to see. Everything that you're going to see is basically going to be done by hand. I don't have a tripod. I do not have any stabilizers or anything like that. So let's check out the footage here, guys. Alright guys, so basically what you're seeing here is footage from the rear facing camera, and definitely not too bad. Right now I'm trying to get into an area with low light over here. Definitely you know, not too impressed by this camera, but at the same time this phone is only about $95. I believe it's $89 on Amazon right now, and maybe on a few other websites. But definitely again, this thing shoots at 1080p at 30 frames per second, so you know, you can't really gripe too hard about it. I mean, you're not going to get 4K, obviously. You're not going to get a lot of things that you would get with a lot of other smartphone cameras. It does have autofocus though, so you know, you tap to touch the screen, and definitely it does take care of little things like that, especially in specific lighting situations right now. So like right now, let's go to a more shaded area, and let's see if I can focus just on this specific plant right here, or leaves. So definitely not too bad. And again, the sound that you guys are hearing is the actual onboard microphone, so I'm not gonna edit any of the microphone. So again, I really like the autofocus. Let's see, I can actually change the lighting on that a little bit, so not too bad. Cool part is you can take pictures while shooting. So if I want, you know, I have a still right there, I can take a picture while shooting that. So that's not too bad. I'm going to take some pictures out here though, and kind of just show you guys what this specific smartphone is all about. So I'm going to probably hit up that fountain way over there. Let's see if this thing can zoom in a little bit. Alright, that's pretty much as far as it's going to zoom, so let's see if I can focus on that. And again, I'm holding this phone with my hands, no tripod or anything, so stabilization might seem a little shaky, so I do apologize about that. Let's go head towards that fountain though, guys.
Alright, so we're back, and again, I'm just recording some of the...
Anything with motion, basically, just so that you guys can kind of see how this records. And I'm trying to pinch the zoom here. I'm kind of laying the camera down on...
So that you don't see a lot of shakiness right now, so... Definitely pretty, though. I mean, again, this is something that you're going to have to see. I might try to slow that footage down just for the heck of it. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice little area. Nice little reflective water going on here. So definitely not too bad of a shot. And again, they cleaned this up. I remember the last time I came here, it was a little bit dirtier. So the front-facing camera, and again, we're kind of in a shaded area here where, you know, you're not seeing too much exposure or something like that. You know, if you guys can see my glasses, I do have transition lenses here, so they do tend to darken when it comes to the shade and everything like that. And again, it's a pretty nice day, 70 degrees out, and you know, hopefully you guys enjoy some of the sample footage and pictures that I took. Obviously, it's not going to be pro quality or anything like that, but definitely, you know, this camera. So far, you know, again, it's kind of in the position where, yes, it's a budget phone camera when it comes to the rear and front-facing camera. I'm not too disappointed, though, with it. Again, considering this one's only $89 on Amazon, you know, really the fact that the only thing that I'm kind of more disappointed in is the implementation of features in the actual camera apps. So for some people, though, you guys can just download different types of camera apps. You know, it's an Android, so you can definitely download other camera apps that are available on the Play Store, and whatever you feel would be easier for you guys. So again, guys, this is going to be it for the camera test for the UMIDIGI A3 Pro.
Alright guys, that was the camera footage and pictures. Let me know what you all think, and just to correct myself before people start rage commenting over here on my YouTube video here, I did say that this does have a 5 megapixel front facing camera. Correction, it has an 8 megapixel front facing camera, and the rear, which is the other side, and I put the case back on, as you can see here, has a 12 plus a 5 megapixel camera. So I do apologize for you know, the inconvenience of me telling you guys that. So I just wanted to correct myself there before I finish the video. Also, one thing that I failed to mention about this phone is it does have a 3300 milliamp battery, so this thing should have enough juice to last you all day. Obviously, it really just depends on what you guys are doing. If you guys are just constantly watching video or on social media, etc. like that. So just be aware that, of course, obviously your phone battery is going to die depending on what you do, obviously. So it differs for everybody. Standby time on this phone's pretty great though, so can't complain about that, guys. So again, guys, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm actually going to link this video, or I'm going to link this phone in the description down below so y'all can check that out. Right now, as of the making of this video, this phone, I found a link on Amazon that comes out to $89 after taxes, so I'm going to post that link. So please just be wary that these affiliate links that I post sometimes do change. Sometimes the items sell out, and then you have to search for the item after clicking the link. So again, future apologies to my viewers if you guys click the link and it ends up not giving you the price that I tell you. So again, guys, this is Mike from BTech Review signing off. If you guys like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Please like, share, comment. Please do all that, guys, because I can't continue doing these videos without you. And as always, subscribe to my channel, guys, if you haven't already. Again, thanks for watching my videos, guys. We'll see y'all next time.